Hello guys, welcome to a new video of Bongquisitive Tech. Today we'll actually do something very interesting. So in one of my last videos, I actually created a very good podcast using AI. And today I'll show you two things. First of all, there were some users who were saying whether we I created it using NotebookLM or not. So first I will actually show you what NotebookLM is. It's actually great tool which is released by Google, and then I will show you how we can actually do it, how you guys can do it on your own as well. Just basically create a podcast, same as NotebookLM on a topic. So first, let me go to NotebookLM. So NotebookLM, just for you guys who doesn't know, so let me just give you a very quick overview of what NotebookLM is. It's kind of a beta project by Google, which is, as you can see, is an AI-powered research and writing assistant. And uh, one of the best use cases that has come out of NotebookLM is creating podcasts. And this is something that a lot of people are using, and there are a lot of hype about it. So what you can do is basically it's kind of LLM, but at the same time there is some RAG involved. So RAG is retrieve augment generation. So you might know, like, all these LLMs, they have a knowledge cutoff, right? So it doesn't know everything. Say for example, you want an LLM to give you some answers based on documents which you own or some data that you own. For those things, you need to basically create a whole pipeline. What NotebookLM does is actually make that much easier for you. So you can add sources. As you can see right now, it asks me to add sources or upload things. It support file types PDF, .txt, Markdown, audio. You can also provide some files which you have uploaded in Google Drive, a link, YouTube link, or you can just directly copy some text, copy paste some text. So there are a lot of ways you can basically upload files, and whatever files you upload, that data is now uh, can be used for the LLM to answer basically. So this is kind of your own assistant, which will help you to probably study a thing or something like that. So one of the cool things for which NotebookLM is very hyped about, and it's actually very useful, was to create a podcast. So let's actually start doing that. Let me show you how you can do that. I was actually reading through some research papers. So there's one research paper that I have downloaded. Just let me check whether it's downloaded over here. So we'll actually upload this research paper over here. Let me see. Okay. Once we upload the research paper, the way you use NotebookLM is you can ask different type of questions out of this research paper. As you can see, the first thing it does, it extracts the text out of it. So this is the research paper. It's 26 page long. It's very condensed. It's a very recent paper that came out of Google DeepMind on Gemma. It's one of their other models. Anyway, so you can quickly go through the summary, which is again something that the LLM produced, right? And this is the cool thing. You see, there's a podcast. I think it's cut off slightly. Yeah, just slightly cut off because of yeah. Anyway, so as you can see here, they have some suggested questions that you can ask, give me some insights about it, and all a lot of things, right? So you can ask the Notebook LM to create a study guide, a table of contents. You can just quickly go through the paper, what the paper is talking about, just reading out the summary. This is a great, great tool. Let me tell you that if you are basically studying for a paper, if you are doing some your own research, you can always use Notebook LM, and you can also start asking it questions as well, and it will give you answers. But the other thing that people are talking about, and the focus of this video, is this audio overview. So you can customize, like say for example, it asks me what should the AI host focus on? Things should focus on a specific source. You can ask the audio to be in a, how would I say, you can fine tune the audio in somewhat like how the conversation would go, and you can generate a conversation. So I'll not stick around or I'll not actually showcase, but this is something that is very easy to do and it's free by the way. So you can also use NotebookLM and create the audio this way. It basically creates a podcast kind of a thing, which is two-person talking about whatever resource you have put in. And as you have seen, you can also customize the audio by saying it like, okay, focus on this thing, focus on that thing, that way, right? So this is one way of creating a podcast, which has been like going around, and like people are very hyped about it. They are very, how would I say, like they are amazed by the quality that it produces. But how about if you want to do it in any other way? Can you do it? Uh, the customization is there, but it doesn't give you a lot of other kind of customization that you may want. So this is something that I'm gonna showcase to you. So this is one way, obviously, and this is a great way, and it's also free. This is a great free way to basically generate podcasts out of any text, and it's not only have to be just one PDF or one document. It could be multiple. You can add as many sources as you want. You can have your own chats. You can have your own things that you want to do with your own data, and then create the podcast. But what if we do not want to use Notebook LM for the reasons that I mentioned? How can you do it then? So I'll show you one way which you can do. And obviously, if you have to look at it, let me try to open a whiteboard. So if you think about this, I'm not sure whether I have too many things. I'll speed this up. Don't worry. No, I don't want any of the templates. Okay. So if you think about this, generating podcast of any type of topic, what do you need? So usually what we were trying to do in the pipeline, you have a source document, right? So first, the thing that you need is source data. It could be a PDF or it could be anything. It could be some other thing as well. But then the other thing that you want is you want to be intelligent. You want to know what you're talking about. You need to extract some insights out of the source data, right? So the next thing, basically, that you want out after the source data is some kind of LLM. So LLM stands for large language model, if you don't know. So some kind of intelligent LLM to basically go through the data and create insights for you. So LLM to extract insights. It could be other things as well, which you want out of the data. It could be something else that you want to talk about. And when you actually use LLM on your own, you have way more customization on the exact thing on which you want to basically build the podcast, right? And then LLMs are large language models, right? So it gives you text output. The last thing that you want after LLM insights is basically a TTS or text to speech service, a TTS service. Uh, what what do you mean? What do I mean by TTS? So TTS is basically text to speech. That is, you have some text and you generate speech out of it. Right now, there are so many models that give you so many different voices. You can have your own voice cloned as well. So there are ways to do that, or you can just take some random voice and just create your own text uttered or synthesized in that particular voice. So that's all about it, right? So yeah, so this is something that we are gonna do. You can do it by the way two ways. Like one is manually going through each steps, or if you are very able programmatically, you can also program this whole pipeline into a single script or like couple of scripts so that everything is done with codes, right? So I'm going to show you the manual way for common people, but if you guys are interested, I can show you how to do it, say in Python, just to have everything. It will be very easy and it will be very easy to do. Anyway, so by the way, as you can see, this audio is also created. It's 22-minute long. I won't play it for the whole time, but let's hear some of it.
Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're diving deep into this really interesting new resource.
Oh, yeah?
Called Gemiscope.
Okay.
And it's basically this whole collection of tools built to understand how large language model.
LLMs.
Yeah, those LLMs you've probably heard so much about, how
Yeah.
they actually think. It's
Yeah.
kind of like we're getting a sneak peek behind the curtain of AI.
Okay. So you heard a little piece of this. So it's actually great, right? And the best thing about this is the natural way people are conversing. So it actually sounds like an original podcast, and you don't think like this is something AI generated. So we are gonna try something close. So we have this same PDF, right? What I would actually show you is the first thing, we have this source data already there, as I was showing. Now, what we want to do is use an LLM to extract insights. So there are so many things, so many LLMs. ChatGPT is out there, Gemini is out there, Claude is out there, and there are so many other stuff as well, right? Which you can use. What I will actually do is use Google AI Studio. So Google AI Studio is something, it's free. You just have to have a Google account and you can just log in there and you can use some of the best models provided by Google, Gemini. If you have ChatGPT subscription, you can go ahead. If you doesn't have a subscription with OpenAI ChatGPT, you can still use it freely for some amount of time. Another good alternative would be a space in Hugging Face. So Hugging Face is again a great website who provides a lot of things for a lot of open source things for developers. One of the things is you can come here and make spaces. It's like small apps, and someone actually made a Open GPT-4o. This is pretty good. So it's GPT-4o is a proprietary model by OpenAI, which is available in ChatGPT. If you do not have the subscription, you can come freely in Hugging Face and use such spaces. So this is a space. This is a space that you can use freely, and it's almost similar to GPT-4o using GPT-4o. It's just open source. That's why everyone can use it, and you can have like voice chat, image engine, and video engine here as well. Anyway, I'll use Google AI Studio where you can use all these models, Gemini models, which are Google provided. I like Gemini in some cases bit more than ChatGPT, but you can have your own choice, right? And if you don't be afraid by looking at so many model options, Gemma is Gemma is actually one of the papers that we were looking at, right? And these are some of the experimental models. So, but Gemini 1.5 Pro, this is something that you should go for because Pro is like more, I would say, accurate, more higher reasoning capability. Whereas Flash models, they are like more efficient, so they will be fast, but they might not be like the best model out there. So Pros are basically better. So there's always a trade-off between accuracy and latency. So I'll choose 1.5 Pro 002, which is the latest Pro model out there. And now you can upload your file. So you have the option to upload various types of files. It could be audio, it could be other types of files as well. And once you upload, and you see it has like 2 million token count. So usually with LLMs, you have some limits on what are the things that you are uploading or inputting, and what is the output tokens as well. So anyway, if you are new to this, you do not have to look at it. It just you don't have to. You shouldn't cross this mark. Usually, it's pretty low for other models, but Gemini is one of a kind which provides 1 million or 2 million tokens. So it's very rare that you will actually cross this mark. Anyway, so you have basically uploaded this PDF, and you can now ask questions like you do in ChatGPT or any kind of LLM. You could ask like read this paper and extract key insights for me, and then the model will answer you. So it's almost like a ChatGPT thing. What great about AI Studio is if you want to make it programmatically, you can actually get an API key from here. And not only you get the API key, but you can actually get the code of how to do it. So if you just click on get code, it will actually give you like how to code this, right? So this is why I said like you can actually very easily mimic this in Python or some other language, even if you are not that pro level, right? And you can see like the model has given me a lot of answers. Let me minimize my window slightly so that I can have a better view. So let me do this. So yeah, it talks about like this paper introduces Zema scope, large and publicly available collection of sparse encoders and all. It have a lot of points that it talks about, right? And now maybe this is not the thing that you are excited about, or maybe you want to actually create a proper podcast transcript. What you can do, transcript. So what you can do is you can ask it like, can you provide all this information in an easy to consume manner and finally provide it. So it doesn't hurt to be more nice to LLMs, you know. You know all the jokes about how they will be so intelligent and they will basically control humans. I'm just kidding. And can you provide the response in a natural podcast script between two hosts? Right? So you can basically, if you want to create a podcast, so you can ask it to do so directly, right? So when you use such LLMs, so Notebook LM is also basically doing the same thing for you, but it's doing in the backend. Now it you have like way more ability or way more flexibility in terms of what you want to do, right? So this is the key difference. You can obviously use Notebook LM, but this is something great too. And as you can see, it has given me like, okay, there's an intro music, then what host one is saying, host two, again, host one, host two, and you have the whole transcript, right? What do you want to do? The last thing is TTS. Again, TTS, for TTS, you can get a lot of things. There are two things that I will basically suggest for TTS. One is you can just have an online service, right? So online services are great. You can have something like just out of my mind, TTS Maker. So there are these free text to speech online things that you can basically go to, and yeah, there are a lot of voices that you get. You can just get. Obviously, there are some limits to it. If you are using it for free, you can upgrade it. Even if you do not want to upgrade, you get a lot of free limits, like 20,000 characters per week or something like that, right? And yeah, and for some voices in TTS Maker, I've seen like they provide like very long limits, like it could be 50,000 or even more than that. And another short hack I would actually want to tell you is what you can do is if you are in Windows machine, if you are on a Windows machine, you can use Microsoft Clipchamp. So this is something new in Windows machine. So in Microsoft Clipchamp, there's an option to create text to speech, and there also obviously there would be some limits, and it's kind of unlimited as well because it is a limit on each time how many characters it will kind of generate, but you can use it as many times as you want, right? So you can just basically split your text into that many characters, let's say for example 6 or 7,000 characters, and use it as many times as you want. And then it gives you multiple voice options as well, like as you can see here as well. So just using this voice, you can very easily create a podcast, and then you can just compare and see how it goes. So this is how you can basically make a whole podcast like what NotebookLM does. So we're already doing what NotebookLM or Google is doing. And the whole process, you can very easily mimic this in a Python script as well. You can do it programmatically. You just have to like load the source data, read or extract it, send it to an LLM. Usually for all these LLMs provide APIs, right? So you have APIs, you can just select the API key and create kind of an app or how it would basically respond. You can basically fine tune it to your own needs. And then based on whatever response you get, you can again use some TTS. There are even some free TTS provided by Google, which is like OG. Like it was there for so long. There's one, I guess, also provided by Amazon AWS. There's something from IBM also, IBM Watson. So there are many TTS services, so or text to speech services that you can basically choose from. I just showed you a couple of things which are like free, easy to use tools, but you can use something by providing some money as well. But yeah, that's how you can basically build your own Notebook LM version. Hope this whole video was useful for you. And let me know if you have any question or if you actually want to see me code the whole pipeline. So yeah, uh, until then, bye bye, guys.